2023 is going to bring a bunch of RPGs to get your hands on, so let's talk about some of the ones we're really looking forward to. We've got 20 or so to talk about, so let's get started off with number 20. Sea of Stars is a turn-based RPG adventure that, as you can see here, is clearly heavily inspired by some classic ones. The turn-based battle system looks very much like the battle systems of the games we grew up playing, as well as just traveling around the overworld, and it seems like this one's gonna have a pretty compelling story. You and your party are fighting to save the world, and you're using the powers of the sun and the moon, and the thing that's really stood out to us in particular are the boss battles. Some of the monster designs just seem really sweet. This is from Sabotage Studios, the people behind the Messenger, and I think that's really important to point out because that was a really great, underrated indie game. And as of right now, we know Sea of Stars is slated for 2023. Now, next over at number 19, we have to mention Path of Exile 2. We know this has been a thing for a while now, and it has been long awaited, and apparently it's going to finally be unveiled this year fully, and we're going to get a release. We've been waiting for this for about 3 years or so, and the developers have said so far development is going well, and summer of 2023 we should know more, and we're looking forward to that because Path of Exile, the original, is one of the better isometric RPGs still to this day. It's from 2013, it's free to play now, but we've been waiting long enough, and it seems like 2023 is when we're finally getting more. Now, next over at number 18, we have Greedfall 2: The Dying World. This game is slated for 2023, and it's a follow-up to the underrated Greedfall, a flawed game, but still a really fun RPG adventure where you're kind of like a colonist settler type person that travels to a new world, and you're dealing with natives, but also monsters and creatures and magic, so it's kind of got like a fantasy spin on the US colonies thing, and it was really awesome and underrated, but it seems like they're really changing gears with the sequel. Now it's like the opposite. Instead of going to the new world, now you're a native traveling to the old world, so we're expecting more city type stuff, but hopefully still cool monsters and magic and creepiness. Their games really only get better and better, so we're hoping they get more resources this time around and just make a kick-ass new Greedfall game. Now, next over at number 17, we have Sengoku Dynasty. We've talked about this one before, and this is a pretty ambitious game. It's an RPG, but kind of like a bunch of stuff. It's all about you going from like a peasant villager to a ruler in feudal Japan. It's all about growing and developing your character, but also building out a village, taking care of your people, and overall just becoming a badass. So it's like combat, life sim, RPG mechanics, a full-on adventure, just a bunch of stuff rolled into one, and it seems like it's really cool if they nail the ambitious concept. Going from zero to hero sounds cool in a video game, we've done it before, but doing a million other things like building up a town and stuff, that's a lot, and we're really hoping they nail it. As of right now, Sengoku Dynasty is slated for second quarter of 2023. Next over at number 16, let's go a little bit more speculative and talk Avowed. This is Obsidian's new RPG, specifically for Xbox since they're owned by Microsoft now. And some people have been billing it as kind of like Obsidian's answer to Elder Scrolls RPGs, like as a fantasy first-person type of thing, but we don't know for sure yet because we haven't seen a lot of this game. But Xbox has seriously been talking up how 2023 is going to be a big year for them, so we're expecting to see a lot more of Avowed, and considering it's been in development for a long time, we're hoping maybe we get to play it this year. We don't know for sure, it's just like educated speculation, I don't know, but fingers crossed. Next at number 15, Lies of P is essentially the dark and gritty Pinocchio From Software game you've always wanted. This is a Victorian-era sci-fi Souls-like game. With that comes all the RPG-style character building and customization, giving yourself different robotic arms for different capabilities, different weapon types, and lots of combat scenarios. From what we've seen from this game so far, visually, atmospherically, it just seems awesome and really unique. There are a lot of adaptations of Pinocchio out there. I mean, really, just in the last year alone, but nothing quite like this. And with some cool RPG gameplay to back it up, we're definitely in. We've been eyeing Lies of P since it was initially teased, and now that we've seen gameplay, we're even more excited. It's pretty much what we expect, but we're just hoping that they knock it out of the park. And thankfully, we now know it's coming in 2023. Next over at number 14, we have Persona 3 and 4. Yes, these games are finally hitting all the regular consoles, and it's about time. 2023 is going to be the year of Persona. I mean, we got Persona 5, but then now Persona 3 and 4 Golden are coming January 19th of 2023 for all the consoles. These games are absolutely legendary JRPGs, and even though they're re-releases, we still hold them in such high regard, and it's a really big deal that these games are getting in more audiences' hands. If you've never played one, now is the time. The way these games are structured structured around school, life, developing and building characters, and battling in really, really unique vibes with incredible music and cool designs. Really, Persona games are just like nothing else out there. So if you love RPGs, but really if you love JRPGs, keep your eye on these. Now, next over at number 13, we have the Gothic 1 remake. This remake was announced a while back, but this is a full from-the-ground remake of the classic RPG from 2001. You're set free, you create your own character in this world, and at the time, it was nothing short of revolutionary. Now, with this new remake, THQ Nordic and the developers Alchemia Interactive have stated that they want to modernize it, but still keep the original feel, and now, thankfully, more recently, towards the end of 2022, we've finally gotten a look at what this game will look like, and it seems pretty sweet. A lot of people are expecting to see this in 2023, so while it doesn't technically have a release date, it seems like it's finally dropping this year. That's just speculation on our part though, of course, but we're really hoping it drops because it's really a piece of role-playing game history. Now, next over at number 12, we have another one that's a bit speculation, but it's Dragon Age Dreadwolf. We're hoping we finally see this one this year because BioWare and EA announced it so long ago, and they've been working on it for a really long time. Since we've finally gotten an official title for this damn game, we're hoping 2023 is the year it finally drops. We're patient. If it takes longer, that's fine. We don't want another buggy game release, but Dragon Age fans have been left hungry out in the cold for a long, long time, and to be honest, we're just hoping 2023 is the year for them. Next over at number 11, we have Darkest Dungeon 2, which, believe it or not, has actually been in early access, but it looks like it's getting its full release in 2023. The original Darkest Dungeon, if you don't know, is just absolutely legendary stuff. It's a roguelike with RPG elements and just a ton of thinking involved with some great turn-based combat, and Darkest Dungeon 2 definitely ramps things up. Cooler character designs, just way more going on visually, and new systems in this one that just make your decisions even more important. Like, this game really will make you live with your decisions. This one is centered more around building a party and riding a stagecoach across a gross, creepy, spooky land. And while you're dealing with all that, if you haven't played Darkest Dungeon, a lot of it is dealing with your party members themselves and managing them. Darkest Dungeon 2's tagline is "Face your failures," and if it's anything like the original Darkest Dungeon, the failures are painful, but it's the whole name of the game and it's part of the fun. Darkest Dungeon 2 is officially finally dropping the second quarter of 2023. Now, next over at number 10, we have Wolong Fallen Dynasty. This is like an action RPG from Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, so it's the people behind Nioh, one of the better Souls-like style games. And this one takes place in ancient China, with more intense combat, seemingly crazier boss battles, and seemingly lots of fun elements of character building. There's going to be a bunch of different play styles with different weapon types, different magic uses, different specific spells to take advantage of, and hopefully just a ton of depth. It seems like they're really doubling down on storytelling on this one too, which is something we definitely wanted to see. I mean, the Nioh games, their previous games had stories, but what we see here so far just seems incredibly cinematic and emotional. Either way, we'll know for sure when this drops March 3rd, 2023. Next over at number 9, we have Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty expansion. This is the big old paid expansion for Cyberpunk that a lot of fans have been waiting for a long time, especially after the game finally got all fixed up. This is being dubbed a spy thriller expansion for the main game with new characters, new Johnny Silverhand stuff, and hopefully a bunch of new bits of loot and RPG upgrades and stuff to mess around with. Also, Idris Elba is in it, and that's cool. It does seem like this expansion is going to be pretty big, and we're excited to see what comes of it because we do want to spend some more time in Night City, and honestly the pedigree is pretty high considering their previous game, The Witcher 3, had some absolutely awesome full-fledged expansions that were worth the time and money. So fingers crossed that Phantom Liberty releases in a good quality state and is awesome. Next over at number 8, we have The Lords of the Fallen, the follow-up to Lords of the Fallen, but this one is going in seemingly a pretty different direction, at least style-wise. Like the original though, this is a Souls-like style action RPG where you build up a character, embrace different character types, and fight your way across a challenging land with bosses and monsters. But this time around, you're in a magical, mystical, desolate, hellish landscape, and you're tasked with overthrowing a demon god. Apparently, the game worlds are going going to be 5 times larger than in the previous game, and the combat is going to be way more tactical with this cool lantern device that you're going to be able to take advantage of that has otherworldly powers. There's going to be full character customization, which we like to see. We hope there's lots of numbers and stuff involved. But either way, just from what we've seen so far, the general style change up for the Lords of the Fallen just looks fresh and cool, and we're excited to check it out. And it's releasing in 2023. Next, over at number 7, it's about time we got a Switch RPG here. We have Octopath Traveller 2. This is a follow-up to the first Octopath Traveller and the mobile game, but this is going to feature new characters and a whole new story, so you don't need to play those. And essentially, this is an old-school style JRPG with questing, loot, character building, and all that fun stuff, and hopefully a pretty awesome story. There are different character classes and seemingly some good world variety here. We're excited to check this one out when it drops February 24th. Next, over at number 6, we have Hogwarts Legacy, which essentially is you playing the role of a student going to Hogwarts. You create your own character from scratch, however you want, whatever house you want, and you go on adventures. That seems very much like what Harry Potter fans have been wanting for pretty much ever, and we're really hoping the developers pull it off. There's a lot they can do with the world of Harry Potter, but we're excited to see how it goes down from a direct gameplay perspective. How exactly is the combat, and what's it like venturing out into this world and questing? We're excited to see exactly how this one plays when it releases February 10th of this year. Next, over at number 5, we have Baldur's Gate 3. We're hoping this year is the year of this game because it's been in early access, and we talked about it way back when it first dropped in early access, but now it is a much bigger game. They've spent a lot of time on it, and if you've been patiently waiting, it might be a good time to get into the Forgotten Realms and build your character and go out and do Baldur's Gate style stuff. It seems like they are building up a hell of an adventure here with tons of customization, characters to meet and build up, and if it's anything like the early days of the early access suggested, it's going to be pretty promising. Expect to see its full release drop summer 2023. Next, over at number 4, we have Starfield, Bethesda's next game. The people that make RPGs like Fallout and The Elder Scrolls are making a space game. You're going to be able to build out your own ship, land on planets, do quests, maybe even build your own base if you want. And essentially, yeah, it might seem like what a lot of people are saying, Skyrim in space. There's probably going to be a bit more to it than that, but we've only got a little bit of gameplay to go on first with some first-person shooting, a little bit of exploration. People are interested with Bethesda games. They either absolutely love them or completely despise them. But with Starfield, I feel like it's a totally different setting, a totally different situation, and I'm curious to see how people react to it. I can't wait to jump into it and just see what the worlds are like that they built. You're going to be able to go on a bunch of different planets. Some of them are going to be randomly generated, but others are going to be filled with main quest stuff and cities, and I just want to see what kind of lore they came up with. It's been delayed a bunch, but as of right now, we know that it is releasing in the first half of 2023. Now down to number 3, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This one is expected this year, hopefully. It's the follow-up to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was absolutely wild and certainly changed the game, and of course was only part of an ongoing thing, and the follow-up hopefully is going to be here soon. We're excited to see, without spoiling anything, where they take Cloud and friends' adventure. And to be honest, Final Fantasy VII, but really Final Fantasy in general, is just awesome, so we're in the door. Now down to number 2, we have Diablo 4. We're really hoping this is the return to glory for, I don't know, Activision Blizzard games in the modern age. Diablo 4 has a ton of potential. It's got bigger worlds, more online stuff, presumably more questing, more looting, more killing, just the stuff you'll want from Diablo. Will it ever live up to the original amazing Diablo 2? I don't know, but I love to see developers keep trying. Just some down-home, good old-fashioned PC-style RPG gameplay is what we're looking forward to, and as of right now, it is slated to release June 6th, 2023. Now down to number 1, we have Final Fantasy XVI. This is the big one for us here. It is, of course, a new adventure with new characters, this time around with a bit of an action combat flair, but also seemingly a very emotional, more adult, mature themed story. I mean, we've seen violence and gore in the trailers. We've seen children in peril, but also we've just seen some really cool JRPG stuff with giant monsters battling it out. We still have lots of questions on this one, but again, like I said before with Rebirth, it's Final Fantasy, so we're just in, we're willing to check it out. Hopefully it tells a damn good story with some compelling combat, and of course, some killer music, but we'll know for sure finally when it releases June 22nd. those are some RPGs we're looking forward to in 2023, but of course we got some bonus games we couldn't fit that we wanted to mention, including Sacrifier, a kind of love letter to 90s RPGs that just looks really cool and old school and charming. Also, Forspoken is dropping soon, and that has a bunch of RPG elements. Hopefully that's good. Also, maybe wishful thinking, but the new Fable, Xbox's long-awaited Fable reboot. Maybe we'll get it this year, who knows? We've been waiting a long time though. Either way though, those are some games we're looking forward to in the RPG world. We know it's a broad category, we try to narrow it down, but whatever suggestions you have in the comments, some games that you're looking forward to, definitely hit us up. Now, if you enjoyed this video and maybe it informed you of a game or two, clicking the like button's all you gotta do to help us out. We'd really appreciate that. But if you're new, consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.